When it started 5 years ago, they had 248 out-of-school suspensions in like K through 3 or 4. Last year was 20. As a parent, my wife and I, we have a 14-year-old boy. That's a whole therapy session that we all need. We have a 13-year-old girl, Bella, Mason and Bella, and they're phenomenal kids. And then we have a 3.5-year-old, Brady. They're phenomenal kids, but the struggle is like the technology, the amount of information that they're getting today, the income inequality, which we're dealing with in the schools, in our schools, everywhere. My wife was a 4th grade teacher, now she's a 1st grade teacher, so periodically all the teachers come over the house. Occasionally a bottle of white wine gets opened and the congressman gets a town hall meeting on education, unvarnished. I'm like, okay, I think I've got to go somewhere right now before you get into that second bottle of white wine. But you know, we get a real sense of what's happening in our house, and this is it. You know, I'm not saying this is a silver bullet. You need the wraparound services. You need after school. You need summer school. You need fresh and healthy foods in the schools. Diet's a huge part of this. But I just want to say to all of you, if you work here in town, this is a bipartisan effort. And this is the only thing that has sustained itself through 5 different superintendents was the SEL program. It's so hard, and I think for us to come collectively and say, look, it's okay for us not to really understand quite how to handle this, but here's what the research is telling us, and here's how the social and emotional skills help, and here's what's going on with their amygdala and their prefrontal cortex, and to say, look, here's how we, you know, got to come together and teach each other on how best to do it, because literally, you know, our country in some sense is hanging in the balance here, whether or not we actually figure this out. When it started 5 years ago, they had 248 out-of-school suspensions in like K through 3 or 4. Last year was 20. So talk about just butts in the seats. Step 1, you got to be in the classroom or you're not going to learn anything. This has helped our teachers more than our kids. I got emotional. I was like, how do we bottle this and show the community what's happening in these schools right now? It's incredible. This is working. The stats are here. The research is here. The personal stories are here. We have enough superintendents now to tell these stories from a leadership perspective. We're seeing the difference in the kids. We're seeing the difference in scores. So we just got to keep pushing this out. So it's our job to try to make it right. And I think doing this in our schools and our after-school programs and our Boys and Girls Clubs and all the other ancillary groups that can help piece this thing together is critically important for us to change the trajectory of the country. That's what we're doing. And that's how I stumbled into this, just to say, look, we're not going to change the neighborhoods in Warren until we change the schools, until we get kids leaving the school and going out into the neighborhood and de-escalating situations because of the tools that they learned in the schools. That's what this is all about. And I just want to say how absolutely inspirational you are to me as a legislator, just trying to help you push this stuff out.